The Tourism Business Council says violence against tourists, is tantamount to economic crimes. That's after a German tourist was shot and killed in Mpumalanga. Authorities say the traveler was part of a group of 4 who were at the Kruger National Park yesterday when they were attacked. Let's get more reaction now, bringing the council CEO, Tshivhengwa, who joins us via our telephone line today. Great to have you on the program, sir. Thanks very much indeed for making time. Really not ideal, and that's putting it lightly what happened. Perhaps let's begin with what you know to have taken place.
Well, it is definitely not ideal what has happened. It is, as we've said, when anyone attacks tourists, it's the same as attacking, any other infrastructure that's important to the economy of this country. And for us, tourists are the lifeblood of the tourism industry, whether they are domestic tourists or international tourists. And when we have this situation like a situation like this, whereby an international tourist, is attacked and shot and killed, and I think it has far-reaching consequences in terms of our standing globally, in terms of how we do tourism here at home, in terms of how people, would think, and we've seen conversations, among South Africans, around that particular, area in terms of the safety of tourists. So it is very important to us. It is something that in that particular area we have been working hard to ensure that, we rid that area of criminality and to ensure that tourists can be able to access the Kruger National Park using the Numbi Gate. So it's rather a sad day for us, and of course our condolences, goes to the tourists, that has been killed, to the family, and also, to those that have been witnessed, such a tragic death and the terror that comes with it. And I can assure you that, we as a tourism industry, we stand firm in ensuring that all tourists in this country, do tourism safely, and all those that are traveling, be South Africans, be from the region, do so safely, and we have put resources in that area to ensure that happens.
Yeah. So are you saying that this has always been an area of concern for you, at least when it comes to safety?
Absolutely. We've had various meetings. One such meeting was last month, where we were here with the Deputy Minister of Tourism, addressing communities around safety and security and the benefits of tourism. I am actually in Mpumalanga. I was scheduled to go to that particular area since last week to make an assessment on the very same subject. It just so happened that, we have, what has happened last night, came at the same time that I'm supposed to be here. But it has been an area where we have been working very hard with the police, with the communities, and many other structures to make sure that people understand the benefits of tourism, the community understand what we're trying to do. We don't want a certain part of the Kruger National Park to be a no-go zone, because it doesn't benefit anyone. It doesn't benefit the economy of this country. So we have plowed in some resources in that area, and hence my trip here was to make an assessment on the resources that we've plowed into that particular area, and to make an assessment as far as, what else can we do to ensure that this part of the country, do have protection as it needs. But that's what we have to do, and we're going to continue to do so, working together as various stakeholders in the area.
Yeah. The other concern, of course, is around some of the trauma experienced by those who are with this tourist. We're told he was part of a group of 4. Have you been able to ascertain where the other 3 are and how they're doing? Might be an obvious question.
Well, that is precisely why, I am here in Mpumalanga. I'm already here in White River. And is to make sure that, all, responses that are needed for those that have witnessed, this heinous crime, they get the help that they need, and they will, get the professionals, to really sit down and do the counseling and many other things that are needed. And that's why we are here. That's why we're responding, and to make sure that, those services are offered, and those tourists, are able to, to get the help that they need.
Yeah. I wonder if it's possible to even quantify the potential cost of this. I mean, in this particular instance, of course, the ultimate cost has been paid. A life has been lost. But typically there's a chilling effect that takes place for many people who are watching from the outside that might be difficult to quantify.
Look, absolutely. It is not something that we want to be, on the news talking about.
Yeah.
We do know that, as a country, we do have a challenge, with crime and various forms of crime. And for us as those tourism practitioners, we want to be in the news promoting the country, making sure that people can come and do tourism safely. So when you start to quantify, the damage that this does for both South African travelers and also international travelers, one can see that, it takes us back. We have been trying to recover from the tourism perspective. We've been trying to, get more international tourists to come into the country to complement already traveling domestic, South African traveling domestically. Now it sets us back. It has a reputational damage to the destination, I mean South Africa. And also, it's important that, we know that this is an isolated incident. It happened in a particular area. It's not the whole country. And we don't have many of such incidents. We've done very well in terms of, in the past of, trying to make sure that we put measures in place. So, when such things happen, like what has happened yesterday, it really set us back. But it is an isolated, case. It is happening in a particular area. We need to attend to that area. And I'm sure all the stakeholders will be mobilized today, including, I've seen the statement coming from the Provincial Police Commissioner. I've seen statement coming from Kruger the Chamber of Commerce, of course, South African Tourism and ourselves have issued a statement on that. And we are on the ground to make an assessment, to make sure that, we all work together to ensure that this place is safe for tourists.
Yeah. Have you been able to ascertain how long these tourists have been in the country?
I have not, and during the course of the day, we will get to that in terms of how long they've been in the country, where else they've traveled to, and so forth and so on. But I think that what's important is that the communities, around this area, communities know what's going on.
Yeah.
The communities know who are the perpetrators. Someone somewhere knows who's doing this. And that's what we're calling on everyone to work with the police. Let's make sure that this place, that is situated close to this jewel that we call Kruger National Park, works and tourism works, and people benefit from sight.
Absolutely.
So we will find out more information as we go today.
All right, fair enough. It is still quite a fresh and developing story, so hopefully some of those details will be confirmed as time goes on. But you're right, nobody benefits when tourism suffers in a country like ours. Tshivhengwa, thanks very much indeed for speaking to us. He, of course, is the CEO of the Tourism Business Council.